Well, good morning, everyone. It's Amy here with Talia and Avery. And since I am on an interview panel, we are interviewing a bunch of teachers this week. I am going to leave a video of how to make this week's lemon snowflakes. I am so sorry that I can't be there with you, but here is the recording for today. We're going to make lemon snowflakes, so make sure at the end you log a photo, just take a photo and share with us what yours look like, because they all tend to look a little different. I'm going to show you some of the slides that we have today. So on the next slide, we have what cookies we are doing next week, which is the banana chocolate chips. You have your ingredient list below, so you can, hey, we should probably spell flour correctly. So you can go out this weekend and shop for those ingredients. And then on slide 3, we have today's ingredients, directions, and the video, all right? Slide 4, I usually post at the beginning of, before we start cooking, this is everything that you need to get ready. So I have a bowl and a whisk, or if you have a KitchenAid mixer, that works fine, a spatula, your measuring cup, your zesty lemon cake mix. It really doesn't matter if it is Betty Crocker, Duncan Hines, whatnot. And it doesn't even matter if it's lemon. So I know some people were wanting to do strawberry or whatever flavor you want. So we're doing lemon this week. If you want to try something else, just give me a picture of what you tried. Yep, somebody also said orange marmalade. Next, we're going to need 1 large egg and some Cool Whip. Now, if you're coming in from England, Cool Whip is an American treat it's in the freezer section here, and it basically is whipped cream or whipping cream that's been whipped with cream cheese and sugar. So there are recipes online that you can add it. You can also substitute Cool Whip for some of the dense Greek yogurts will work good too. I like to use either 2 spoons or a little ice cream or cookie scoop and your pan. Today it's going to be ungreased. Now this last slide, this week and next week, I put in 2 different visuals for you, because some people are like, why do my cookies look different than yours? So if you're using different temperatures, different types of rice, different types of substitutes, these are why different cookies will look different. So take a look at some of these, and I'll have some different ones for next week that talk about like when we substitute applesauce for oil and some other things in here. So I hope that helps you, but I'm going to head back up to, let's see, next week is banana chocolate chips, and here's today. We're going to work on the ingredients for today, okay? All right, so I have Chef Talia here with me, and these are the items that we have today. So here's your Cool Whip. Yep, we're backwards. And we have super moist lemon, Duncan Hines. So when I'm cooking, I always like to remember to do dry first and then add your wet. It will allow the materials to mix better. And there's a really wonderful website that I put in there also about why you want to have softened butter and not microwaved heated butter. So I'm going to put this into the mixer, and Talia is going to show you how to crack an egg. Why do you use a second bowl, Talia?
Just in case you get shell in the bowl.
Oh, so if you get shells in the small bowl, you can get them out. But if you put a cracked egg and you get a shell in the mix, it's really hard to find it. And then, you know, Aunt Matilda is definitely going to be biting on that cracked cake.
So first you crack it, and you put your thumbs like this.
Good.
And then pour out all the egg.
Good. And then we throw away the shell. And we always wash our hands right afterwards, because we don't want to get salmonella. Sure. All right, so we're going to put the next piece is your Cool Whip. The Cool Whip is 2.5 cups of Cool Whip. So I'm just going to measure this quickly, and I'll let you pop it in. Is that cool? Ooh, it's really soft. So we left this out for about an hour to soften up.
Get it, Mommy? Cool.
It's Cool Whip. Yeah. I grew up in a family where they would put Cool Whip. I want you to ask your family, like, what are some of the weird things they put Cool Whip in? We had Cool Whip on top of pies. Now, this is a very oil-based dessert, and so while it's sugary, it has that cream cheese and sugar along with whipped cream. Look, there's one. You want to get on this side and pour it in? It also is, it has a high oil content to it. I'm just grab it. There you go, 2 hands. We also grew up where people would put Cool Whip into Jello, and I mean like lime Jello with chunks of pineapple and other weird fruits, and marshmallows. Cool Whip and marshmallows in Jello, like, and you know what they would call it?
What?
Salad. Jello salad. They would. It was so weird. And so I always just like smile and say like, oh no, thank you. But deep down inside, I'm like, oh my God, it's awful. But we're always polite because we want to say thank you and show appreciation. All right, we're gonna add our next, what is it, 1/4 of a cup, and I'll be right back to save time here. All right, so we have our next latest bit in here. It's hard to get out. It's sticky. Some people love Cool Whip. I think this is like that Miracle Whip mayonnaise debate. Like, do you prefer whipped cream or do you prefer Cool Whip? It's your opinion. I'm not going to tell you what to like, but you should definitely try it, right? What do you think? You can lick the spoon. I'm going to put the egg in. And I'm going to start this. What do you think, that or whipped cream? Whipped cream. I'm a whipped cream kind of girl as well. All right, so I'm going to let this mix for quite some time. I like to start low on my mixer, especially if you're doing it by hand with, we have a giraffe whisk. So if you're whisking this by hand, or if you're using a spatula and you're just kind of folding it means like to fold it over. Give it a few moments. It's going to come out with a sticky consistency, okay? So I will mix this up and I'll be right back.
I can smell.
All right, so we are done mixing and you can tell it is sticky, like it is sticky. So Talia has the beater. There is raw egg in it. I'd highly not recommend licking the beater, but just kidding. Look at her face. Definitely don't lick the raw eggs. So I'm just gonna shake some confectioner sugar in here. It's a really fine XXX pure cane sugar. This is the, I like to clean up when I go. This is the really fine, it's almost like snow, but it comes out really clean. All right, so before you stick your hands in here, please make sure that you wash your hands because you're gonna be touching what somebody else is eating, or you can claim that the whole batch is yours.
Or you can just put them in the oven.
The oven will kill some of the germs, but you should still wash your hands. How is it? A little bit of raw egg, right? Never hurt anybody. Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, so from here, you can either take 2 of the spoons or you can use your cookie scooper, and you just want them like the size of a quarter. So I have them like this. I'm gonna put a little bit of sugar on my hands, and we're gonna drop it in, and we're gonna kind of scoop it over to try and cover up that ball, or you can roll it around. And when I say roll it, I don't mean like roll it in your hands. I mean like roll it around with the spoon in there so it's nice and covered with the confectioner sugar. So now I could pick it up. It is almost a circle. I'm just gonna kind of like squeeze it or roll it into, form it into a spherical kind. And there's your cookie. So if I hold it for you, there's your cookie. It kind of is an amoeba, I'll be honest. You're gonna lay these onto your cookie sheet. It should be ungreased, or you can use parchment paper if that's how you roll. You're gonna put this into your oven at 350. So at this stage is when I start balling these up. This is when I like to turn the oven on because it's gonna take a while to ball all of these. Put them onto your oven, pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes each. You want them to be golden brown, so it depends if you have a regular stove or convection stove oven. All right, when they are done, make sure that you transfer them over either onto a wire rack or another section. Some of you have like counters that you can lay it on, or we just lay parchment out on ours. Wait for them to cool, and they're good to eat. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be available by text tomorrow. But more so, I just want to see what your finished ones look like. How do they smell? Before cooking, how do they smell? Lemony.
That's not.
Well, you're eating it. What does it smell like? It is all over your face, you big disgrace.
Lemony. No, it isn't.
It smells like lemon in our house. It's wonderful. Anyhow, happy Cookie Club. We'll see you next week here. Don't forget to go back to the ingredients for next week. It is banana chocolate chip cookies. All right, we'll see you then. Bye.